I guess like a key couple elements in there. I want to get technical quick. So in that blog strategy, you mentioned how keyword research is like super important, right? So typically when you're doing keyword research, you're going to, find a list of really big, or just find a list of like seed keywords, I guess.
Head terms, seed keywords.
Head terms, yeah. I guess my question is, how do you avoid keyword cannibalization? And like, do you target multiple topics with the same seed keyword? So for example, if your seed keyword was like unclogging a drain, would you target multiple questions around unclogging a drain? Or would you just write one blog post that has unclogging drain? That's
the guide to unclogging.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I would say hot take, but keyword cannibalization, you can't, if you try to intend to avoid it, you're going to miss out on some opportunity because I always see circumstances where you put out that big pillar page and it might cannibalize some keywords, but if you're getting cannibalized in a weird way, it's telling you, I want to rank you for that particular keyword search that's a bit more secondary.
Yeah.
Write a separate piece about that, an internal link to it. So avoiding keyword cannibalization sometimes can stifle decisive action, in my opinion. That Google's just going to do its thing. You can try and predict what it's going to rank for, but if it starts cannibalizing your pages, that's a good sign that it's competing against different pages. So we've had a lot of issues on our website as well, where it competes against different pages because our authority is sort of getting splayed across different things. So we have to make some very critical decisions sometimes to go, you know what, we're going to redirect this page. As much as it may feel very uncomfortable to do, Google's telling us it really likes this page instead of this page for this particular topic.
Yeah.
And we can cut it off. And that's what people have a lot of fear around. Oh, if I delete this blog or I redirect it, I'm going to lose that. It's like, well, you rank for it already. So it probably is going to help the positioning. And guess what? If it doesn't work, you can just snap that back and just put it back into place.
Yeah.
So a lot of the work we're doing is around that iterative testing phase where, yeah, maybe you actually intend to maybe you actually intend to put it out there and maybe it gets cannibalized and be okay with that. But then it tells you, yeah, I'm playing in the right bracket here. So you've pushed into that field and now you can tweak and optimize from that particular standpoint. So I don't fear cannibalization too much. If it's happening at a real bad level, then it's probably a technical issue. But if keyword cannibalization is happening from an initial blog, to me, that's actually kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
I turn that into an opportunity.
Interesting. Couple key like nuggets in there, I think, which is like, number one is sometimes if you get like too in your head about SEO and you're like, oh, I've already created a blog around this one keyword and I don't want to cannibalize it with another one. Like, for example, if you wrote like a blog around how to unclog a drain really, really quickly, and you wrote how to unclog a drain with boiling water, for example, two blog topics that have the same primary keyword in both. But yeah, if you get two in your head, like those two actually potentially target two very different intents. So even though there's the same keyword in both of them, like there could be people looking for both topics.
Yes.
But since you've only written one blog topic around that, you might rank for one, but you won't rank for
I've got
all
the
of the
solution
others.
for you.
Okay, go for it.
Check the SERP. Let the SERP dictate what kind of article you need to create. If you need to create a separate article, do it. If it doesn't seem that way, then don't do it. So you're theory checking it against what Google's seeing, which does its own thing sometimes and you can't control that.
Yep.
But then you're actually having some element of going, okay, it wants to see this. I should do this. That's the logic there. And if you're wrong, you just change it. Just change it back later.
Yep. True. I think there was something else that you spoke about, like not being afraid of cannibalization. I think that's good when you have the ability of like scale or production. So for example, like if you're able to crank out blogs like, at a really good rate, then you have more freedom to be a bit looser with what you write about. But for some small businesses, for example, which can't afford to write many blogs, you have to be really targeted and precise about what you write about because you don't have much ammunition. So you got to make sure that those blogs every single month are like doing something or have a high chance of doing something impactful. So yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I also thought it was interesting your point around, having the ability to perform things at scale is really important in SEO. So you can't just write one really good blog post and expect something good to happen. Like you need to have quality plus scale, and then that equals like really big results.
Quality, scale, and intent. If you actually want to do it.
Yeah.
You could do it once. Actually, to your point, you could do that once. And I've seen that example a few years back where you just have people come to you and just they'll be ranking well and they just like, I don't know, just like putting up blogs. Like, it's like, I don't know. Just doing the thing.
Yeah.
And there was no intent behind that. But those days are over. Like you can't luck into this stuff anymore. You have to be so engineered.
Yeah, you really do. It's getting really damn competitive these days.
Well, it's good for us. You know, we want to help people do this stuff. And the more that we can teach and give out free information, yeah, look, maybe you'll buy something from us someday. But we actually have good intentions. Like if we're telling you, hey, like start cranking out some blogs. Like if you're just sitting there and you're a plumber trying to unclog some drains and people are asking you about it, get that blog up. Like just do it. Just take 5 minutes and just crank it out. Because, you know, if you can't work with us yet, just start doing things and we can be able to help you later.
Yeah, definitely. I think, having the theory is like really important in understanding why. But then, implementing it yourself is a whole different ball game. But yeah, that's why we're here to help. And we've already built all those systems and things like that. So if that's something that you're looking for, then, you know, please reach out. Cool. Well, I think we've hit just about an hour now. So why don't we do a quick recap and just talk about maybe our top 3 takeaways we'd like our audience to have from this pod. So would you like to start, Lawrence?
Yeah.
Your top 3 takeaways.
Top 3 takeaways, talking about from the beginning question, what is high quality content? You have to think about the user a lot. Think about the user probably more than you ever have because they have particular pain points. They have fears and hopes and dreams. Think about what the emotion that you want to create off the blog article that you're creating and make sure it makes sense for your brand as well to write that particular piece of content. UX, extremely important, getting more and more important, making sure that you're actually leading the user to other pages after that point. So using that emotion, leading to a different page ultimately, and bringing in your expertise into the article as well. Like you have to be inputting some unique perspectives and unique keywords, essentially unique conversational type keyword searches down to the sentence level. Be so scientific about the way you're approaching content because it's going to be madly important. I'm not just talking about today. I'm talking about 3 years' time when the search shift happens truly and people aren't searching for your brand the way they used to. They're searching for their problems and they've got an AI chip in their brain and they're going, hey, I've got a clogged drain. What do I do?
Yeah.
And they find Pat's brilliant article about clogged drains because he wrote that a couple of years back. And just making sure you're so focused on actually producing high quality stuff ultimately. And that requires investment. It requires you to actually take your brand seriously. You could be a great operator. You could have the best product in the world, but if you're not promoting it through a content strategy generally from an SEO perspective, you're not really getting anywhere. You could luck into it through indirect channels, but now like get on it, like truly.
Definitely agree.
What are your takeaways, my friend?
Oh, my takeaways. I think everything that you said was really impactful. So I'm going to try to cover different stuff. So I don't want to say the same things, but I think 3 takeaways. I think number 1 is it's so hard to write good stuff. It's so hard. It takes so much work. Like if you look at a blog creation workflow, it's so long. Like there's so many steps and edits that need to go into it. It's ridiculous. So what we were saying about needing quality and scale is super important. I think that's a really big takeaway. So if you don't have, or if you have quality but you don't have scale, or you have scale but you don't have quality, then my advice to business owners is make sure that you find someone who can give you both. You want to enable that part for your business essentially, so you can start activating your website, activating content, activating trust within your audience. So I think that's probably number 1. Number 2, I would say, is don't stress about being perfect. So I think Lawrence touched on this earlier, where he said that even though it's really, really important to write good content, don't stress over making it 100%. It doesn't need to be 100%. Like you're never going to be 100% at really anything in your life. So it's important just to 80-20 rule, make sure it's good quality content. But then if it's good enough to publish and you've worked on it for a while, just post it. Like don't think about it too much. Just post it. It's good. It's helpful. It looks great. Just post it and move on. Like don't spend all your time working on one blog when you could have wrote 10, right? So just make sure that you're working on scale and quality. And then don't stress about making everything 100%. I think my last one was probably around. I think I really liked your micro clarity. Was it micro clarity?
Microsoft Clarity.
Microsoft Clarity tip. That was a really hot tip. I think.
Yeah, Bing. Guys,
Yeah.
Bing.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on the Bing.
Yeah, look at where users actually engage on your page and then decide, do I need to reshift the content? Do I need to shuffle it around? What elements of my page do I need to change? And this is super impactful, especially if you have a really, really high performing blog. Like if you have a blog that gets like 10,000 visitors per month, you can make very small changes to the way your CTAs look, or where your CTAs are positioned, what your CTAs say, which can have a massive lift on conversions for you every single month because you
100%.
looked at, how users are actually behaving on your site. I wouldn't do that for every single page, like Lawrence was saying. Just do that for your most prominent pages, because looking at heat maps and whatnot and then deciding how to reshuffle pages takes a lot
On a zero
of time.
traffic blog.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Oh my God. That's how impactful that last one was. My water bottle fell over.
Hey, to your point about not having things perfect, I always say to the team, and this is just a philosophy for life
Like
as well.
me dropping that water bottle just there.
You put it out to the universe and you just see what happens. Let the users or the people out there give you feedback whether it was good or not.
Yeah.
And that's the only way you'll truly know. You could sit there and engineer the perfect blog, like the What is SEO blog, the best one in the world, but the users may not see it because you spent 3 years building it, and by that point it's all redundant as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, just getting it out there, I think, and then the responsivity from the user. You'll see the heat maps, you'll see traffic coming through or not, and go, that isn't the right approach. And that's fundamentals of marketing. You're investing in things and ideas of strategies that probably will work. They, if you've done the right things, they probably will. If they're not right, then maybe they just weren't the right fit for that particular campaign. And I think that's okay. There's a lot of fear that things won't work out, but I think that's just generally just life. You can apply that same principle to marketing as well. Just do things.
Yep. Just do things.
Post the thing, do the thing. We're doing the thing right now, just doing the thing.
Doing the thing. Do the thing, see what works. Whatever's winning for you, do more of that. Whatever's not winning for you, do less of that.
Yeah. And then just do one weird thing per month. Just a weird thing that people wouldn't expect. Like you always keep people guessing.
Like what?
Like
what?
Like writing a really strange blog about something that is a very bottom barrel keyword search.
Yeah.
Or, just anything, go skydiving or some shit.
Yeah.
Like if you really wanted to. And then film that and put that on your blog because people like that stuff.
They actually do. That's a great tip.